Okay, guys, I decided to come on and do a video because apparently my live, my live must have been flagged or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it's not playing currently. I did do a live at Commissioner's Court, but for some reason the video is not working. So who knows? Somebody probably reported it or whatever. But it's not as if I can't repost it again. So, I wanted to follow up so you guys know what happened after I turned the camera off. But before I do, I also want to address to my friends who came. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot to all of us to see our friends in the community, come in and support what we're trying to do. We're trying to push to get this marker at the county courthouse. So, thanks guys for just being so supportive and your encouraging words and being there for all of us. I really do appreciate it. So, another thing that I want to say is too that this is something bigger. It's something bigger. It's something that's bigger than us. It's I want you guys to know that it's about who we are as a county. It's about who we are or who our leadership is in this community. And it's also about who we want to be for our future generation, So what we're doing is bigger than us. It's true. It's way bigger than us. So, but to talk about what happened after the cameras were turned off, I want to address Phyllis James' statement. So she made a statement, and I thought from my understanding, and I totally could be wrong, but I thought from my understanding that they couldn't make a public comment. We have a certain rules that we have to go by, which we have the opportunity to make a public comment, but they don't. Well, a comment was made after the fact where she addressed about the victim and knowing her name. We do know her name. Her name is Pearl Farlow. She is the one that falsely accused George Hughes for this sexual assault. We do know her name. But my question is to you, Phyllis James, what about the other victims? The victims that lost their businesses because that angry mob burnt the black businesses down. Not only do we have victims of their businesses being burnt down, we also have the ones that were run out of this town. What about those victims? What about George Hughes' family? Those are victims too. So I know you made that comment, and we will come back on Tuesday to address that. But there were a lot of victims that day. It wasn't just her. And think about, this is something else too that Sam Herrera mentioned. Think about what happened the next day. These black owners had to clean up all that mess. Some of them, like I said, was ran out of town. Think about the aftermath after this happened, with all those businesses burnt down and smoldering for that angry mob that took it upon themselves to riot, to loot, and to burn down those businesses. It's so funny that we're always judging people about the protests and rioting and looting. And this very same thing happened 91 years ago with an angry mob, burning down black businesses. So they were victims too. I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It's funny how we have 8 markers of Anglo history, but we're asking for one marker for black history that happened here in our own town, and we get the runaround and all these excuses. So we will be back next Tuesday at Commissioner's Court. But one more thing, and this is something that I didn't get the opportunity to say either. One more thing, though, I wanted to read this over to you guys. I found this online, and I had been thinking about this. Like, guys, I love quotes because sometimes they just hit home, And I know the judge loves some football. I love football too. And one of the greatest coach I considered one of the greatest coaches is Vince Lombardi. And you guys know why I like Vince Lombardi, because I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. So you guys know this guy had impeccable leadership. And one of the quotes I had thought about, I had to look up to make sure I get the right words, was this one. Some of us will do our jobs well, and some will not. But we will all be judged on one thing, and that's the result. Vince Lombardi. All right, guys. Thanks so much for your support. Tune in again next Tuesday.